Hey folks, Species7 here, welcome back to the channel, and for those of you that are new here, well, thanks for stopping by. We are playing Farm Sim 15 Gold Edition, and today I've got a map review for you. This is West Creek Farm. Available over at FSUK. There will, of course, be a link down in the description. So, single player farm, fairly small. You start here at the shop, although not with particularly a vehicle. Oh, maybe we can drive this home. No, it needs work. Oh well, anyway. So you start here at the shop. I'm not entirely sure why. Good morning, folks. Beautifully detailed little map. I have traffic turned off as I usually do for map reviews. So whether there is actually traffic or not, I'm not 100% sure. Well, I bet that's a little bit of a bump to get up on to get to your gas station. So, let's tab over to the farm. Okay, here we go. Oh, that's not where I want. You can't get through there. Come on. You're gonna let me through, aren't you? So this is the map author's first attempt at a map, and it's pretty darn nice. It looks really good. There's a few little things. You'll notice a couple places where, road textures don't quite meet up evenly, or, the same with a couple of ground textures here and there, a few rather unexpected bumps. But other than that, really impressive. A couple of silage pits here on the farm. Very nice. Look good. I do like the buildings. Haven't seen this used on a lot of maps. Maybe it is on the on some of the British farms. Okay, so here's our cow shed. I don't unfortunately actually have any cows purchased. You do require the animation map door trigger to do things like open creaky gates. There you go. Oh, milk robot. And the moo of invisible cows, because as I say, we don't actually have any. So, well, they've got a decent little meadow to deal with back here. And here's our solid waste. Lovely. With a nice little loading ramp. That's kind of cool. So you can put your trailer there and simply bring the front loader back. Good idea. This would appear to be a water trough. So, water mod. There was not a lot of information, unfortunately, about mods needed or mods installed, other than it did say you do need animation map trigger, so that has been loaded. This does nothing, but if you're in a vehicle, this will actually open when you approach it. You can dump your grains there, and you can either hand bucket them here, or if you follow the pipes, you'll notice they do all come out. We're here. Hello. Well, it's kind of an odd looking thing, but yeah, grain will come out of that. So yeah, as I say, some of the textures are not 1000%, but the map did come up error-free. So, good enough for there. Got a little bit of a hay sale here. Perfect. And down here, there's no conveyors, but that's okay. We all know how to use a front loader by now, I'm sure. Are your taters, your sugar beets, and lo and behold, your wood chips. Rah, rah, sis boom bah. Okie dokie. Yeah, there's nothing overtly amazing about the map, other than the fact that it is really quite nicely put together. In so much as the details are believable, it's well laid out. And it's kind of weird. It's not one of these farms, like darn near every other map. I'm just going to drop that. Where you just go in a big loop. Now, I like that. It's convenient as heck and can save you some time. When the whole map loops around, so basically you can get to everything just by going in one direction. This one, not so much. If we look at, and I suppose this is as good a time as any to pull up our information page. Nothing's need to know there. Here we are. Absolutely bone stock fruit types, as you can see. Also, not a huge amount of places to take stuff. Three main ones: Freight Yard, West Creek Station, and West Creek Mill. And then we've got our biomass, which of course takes your wood chips. And there is a BGA but of course they deal in silage. One thing I did notice after, and by the way, don't fall off the road, the collisions on these fences, boink, they're real. One thing I did notice driving around on this map, even this tractor is probably about as big as you're going to want to go. The fields are nice and small. They are, whoopsie, I knew I was coming at that too quick. They are nice shapes, i.e. they're not just these little rectangles, which means they may not all be super user-friendly or worker-friendly, but for the most part actually are. So, let's head down here. And we've got, there's some dude driving around with a forklift. Very cool. Well, sort of. He seems to think the terrain's a little hillier than it perhaps is, but that's pretty neat. I've never actually seen that before. Alright, so which particular facility is this? Ah, this is West Creek Mill. Alright, very nice. I guess you don't want to be sitting there tipping too long, or everybody will just come right in and bump into the bottom end of you. Alright, let's continue on our little tour. And if we tuck in here, we will find a place we can sell our logs. Here we go. Right there. Ching ching. Tuck, tuck, tuck. Yep, you guys know that one. Alrighty. So it's not marked on the map, but there you go. That's where you do that particular thing. And again, you can see that you probably don't want to be bringing a ginormous vehicle down here. You know, a semi-truck with a bunch of logs on the back? Probably not. Probably not. Get a really nice meadow here, Field 11. We do own it. Yeah, it looks good. Nicer grass texture than the VL France one. It may look gorgeous, but by goodness. Trying to cut grass where only the grass cuts and all of the overgrowth doesn't? Get a little silly. Alright, here we go. A little bit of stutter there. So, yeah, if you're particularly bothered by fields that have gates, this is probably not going to make you a happy, happy joy. Here we have the BGA, or the BGA. 44, eh? That's lighter than the last tractor I took through. So here you are, fairly standard little animal. It's got both the FS13 and the FS15 tips by the look of her. No, I see. They've just... No, one is actually the biogas, one is the biomass. I see what they've done. Alright. My mistake. So that's actually your biomass treatment right there. So, okie dokie. And a trailer or a scale to weigh us on the way out. Of course, they're going to find that unless I stop to take a pee around the corner, we probably weigh exactly the same amount. I used to have a job where we dealt with weigh scales quite a bit. We learned some pretty interesting tricks to keep the scales on their toes, as it were. Alright, it would appear that we has a place to sell our eggs, get some water, and flog some wool. Huh. Apparently. Well, this is also West Creek Station. Okay, so we can dump grains here, we can sell our eggs, we can flog our wool, and we can pick up water, and it looks like maybe we can sell some hay. Very cool. Again, it's, you know, the whole map's sort of laid out on a long string from one end to the other, so if you continue on, you're bound to run into everything. Again, how big a tractor do you think you can get through here? Oh, I'd hate to be dragging a big harvester. Are those moose? Oh, I thought they were moose or elk. Or maybe reindeer. Probably elk. So down this way, that's a dead end that way. That's the end of the map. We got one more field there. Here's something we have not yet done, so let's figure out what sort of prices we have. Alright, so this is a third, so that makes about, 30k. We're looking about 30k a hectare. Nice though, you can add little fields for 10k. Definitely a map you might want to consider throwing the old time gear on, you know? It would work really well. Okay, as I say, that's actually the end of the map right there. I suppose we can go have a look at it for the 13 seconds it's going to take us to get there. And dead end road, turn around, I warned you. There's just no pleasing you, is there? There we are. Save people the embarrassment of driving off the edge of the map. Nicely done. Ooh, these hedges don't have collisions. That's great, because as some of you know, these were my least liked hedges in FS13. Because it would seem if so much as a berry stuck out past the bush, it would catch your tractor and just about fling you into orbit. But anyway, what do we got back here? Oh, a little detail area to do some forestry and such. Okay. Let's take a wander through and see what we can see. We've seen pretty much all of the functional parts of the map at this point. Yeah, this is definitely just some nice little features. You know, a little camping spot. You can get up here, do a little bit of logging, do a little bit of forestry work. You know, help out the campers. Maybe keep the lawns trimmed for them. Although I don't believe there's missions. I have not seen any mission signs, so not likely. Well, this is quite the campground. Quite the campground indeed. Oh, very neat. So there you go, guys. I think that's going to cover our quick look here at West Creek Farm. A really, really nicely done map. As I said, this was the map author's first try. Oh, apparently we can go over here and work out our financial issues, man. Yeah, it was the map author's first try, and you know what? Well, bravo on you, dude. This is really nice. This is nicer than some of the maps that were actually entered in the mod contest. For, you know what I mean? So that's saying something. So there you go. If you're looking for a nice single-player map, you know, you could probably buy one of these cheap little fields like this, the Bone Flat. Throw a couple of mods down on there, maybe plow it up, throw some apple trees or something, and yeah, have a dang good single-player map here. Varied enough terrain and such to make it interesting. So there you go. That's been our look at West Creek Farm. As usual, guys, if you liked the episode, please do hit the like button. Ooh, this is the sort of thing I do in real life. Sploosh. Yeah, please hit the like button, and till next time, take care of each other, folks. Ciao for now.